Hello, job seekers, career changers, and professional ladder climbers. Welcome back to another episode of Real Career Talk with Shanique. So last week we talked about what should not be on your resume. Now, I want to talk about something that we keep hearing about, but we don't really know a lot about, and it's not as scary as everyone makes it seem to be. But did you know that 70% of resumes never make it to the hiring manager? Why? 3 words: applicant tracking systems. Yes, applicant tracking systems provide companies with a way to track and filter applicants. These systems collect resumes when applying and automatically disqualifies resumes that do not meet the hiring manager's criteria. This is why it's so important to mirror the job description when applying for roles. ATS might seem horrific for job seekers, however, it helps the hiring managers, and there are ways that you can beat the ATS system. Remember, each job that's open receives over 200 applications. So yes, this is a tracker that helps hiring managers filter out the resumes. So now you're probably asking, well, how do I get past the ATS system? Let's jump right into it. 1, you want to use a keyword optimized resume. The ATS is searching for specific words on your resume. That is why it is so important to tailor your resume for each job group or job description that you are applying for. You want to mirror the job description. Now listen, don't lie, okay? You simply want to just match the skills that you possess on the job description and then put those skills in your resume so that when the ATS system does a scan, those words come up in your resume. Let's do an example, right? So let's say, for example, a job is looking for someone with a bachelor's degree and someone who knows how to use JavaScript, right? Let's say, for example, you match both those criteria, but they're not on your resume. This is your chance to mirror the job description and add those keywords into your resume so that you can get noticed. All right? Next, number 2, don't get too fancy. ATS systems cannot parse documents that are filled with text boxes and fancy edits that may be appealing to the human eyes. Remember, it's just a computer system. It's not a human reviewing it. So it's only looking for specific things. So if you have a picture on your resume, that might confuse the ATS system and it might just reject your resume even though you fit other criteria on the job description. You want to save that fancy resume for when you're sending the resume directly to the hiring manager. But if you are applying through the ATS system, you do not want the fancy resume. The goal here is just to keep it simple. And you can go back to my first video. I went over what a simple template of a resume looks like. Remember, sometimes simple is way more effective. All right? Number 3, spelling and grammar. So remember again, the ATS system is not human. It's not meant to pick up grammatical errors like a human is, right? So your resume must be free of spelling and grammatical errors. As I mentioned, while the human eye can catch this, the ATS system will not. It'll just confuse the system. So maybe you're sending your resume out and you're not getting anything back. That could be one of the reasons. You may be tricking the ATS system, or as I would say, confusing it. Number 4, limiting the acronyms. Again, your resume is likely going through this computer before it makes it to a human eye. So when you are writing your resume, you should be limiting the acronyms being used, especially if you're applying to a job outside of your current field. It is hard for hiring managers to know what some acronyms mean. So you can only imagine how the ATS system feels when they run into this issue. For example, you work in technology, right? And you are used to using the word agile. In other industries, that's something that may not be too popular. So you want to make sure that you're taking those words out and changing them for something that everyone could understand. Another example is, if you are a professional resume writer, you may have that on your resume, right? Professional PRW. But for someone outside of the field, they do not know what this means. So let's just limit the acronyms and spell it out when you have to. Number 5, and the most important, apply even if you are not a perfect match. When you're applying to position, use the 80-20 rule. Let me tell you, as a recruiter, no one will ever be a perfect 100% match. We're just looking for the person who's the closest fit and who shows us the potential. And the ATS system is not looking for someone who's 100% match either. They're just looking for the key words. So if you fit 80% of the job description, and in some cases even 70, still apply. The ATS system is looking for the best, and even if you're not 100% match, it will still send it to the hiring manager. So those are my 5 key steps on how to get past the ATS system. It's not as horrific as everyone makes it seem. You just have to follow these key steps and limit the acronyms and the fancy templates. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, now is your time. I'll wait a second. Did you subscribe? I'm glad you did. Subscribe so that you can be notified when we post new videos. And remember, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. See you next week.